20. They were down by 20. Down by 20 in Golden State? No. Down by 20 away. But before this happened, if anybody's been studying him closely, what happened before this game happened? 77 three-pointers in a row. This boy made 77 three-point shots in practice. They were down by 20 points. He came back and won the game, but you might have missed it. Do you see it? He's shooting a three-pointer with his eyes closed. They showed it on Sports Center. The boy's eyes is closed with the three. Boom. Muscle memory. His eyes is closed. What was he thinking about? He was thinking about in practice, 1, in practice, 2, 77. And he starts saying to himself, we down by 3 points. 3 times 7 is 21. Let me give him the business. 1, defense. 2, defense. Guys, don't worry about it. Just give me the rock. You sure? Remember what I did in practice? Seconds left. He not even at home. He away from home. He got his eyes closed. Boom! With one of the best defenders checking him. This kid didn't take his team to the most wins this year because of what he does in the game. This is your year. This is your moment. If not you, who would have not now win? This is you, baby. Ain't nobody stopping you but you. Can't nobody stop you but you. You not average, stop acting like it. You not average. Why you being average? You not average. Why you being good when you not good? You great. You phenomenal. When you gonna step up to the plate? You gonna let a high school dropout, somebody that lived in abandoned buildings, somebody ate out of trash, outdo you? I couldn't hardly read when I got to college. You gonna let me outdo you? You're greater than that. And so I need you to do me a huge favor. I need you to dig deep.
It's the mindset. Like I had a victim mindset. Like everything was about somebody else. You know, it was like the outside, inside theory. You know what I'm saying? Which is terrible. It's like everything that's supposed to blow me up and take me to the next level is somebody else's responsibility. When I look back, all the anger and the frustration and the hurt, it was all blaming. Everything was about this person or that person or this person. I never even realized I was where I was because of who I was. And I was actually getting the physical manifestations of my thoughts, of my feelings, my emotion. Like I was creating this. The hardest thing I've ever done was look in the mirror and tell myself I was sorry.
Sorry for what?
I was sorry for what I got myself into, the choices that I made. That dude is the dude that looked himself in the mirror and was like, yo, you owe yourself an apology. And not only that, you owe yourself correction. You owe yourself change.
Wow.
That was one of the most difficult days of my life, was looking at myself, correcting myself, telling myself I was sorry, and then moving forward saying, now what are we gonna do from this point? One of the dangerous things is the outside-inside theory. It's dangerous because what you're doing, whether you know it or not, you are comparing your journey and your life to somebody else's journey and somebody else's life. Let's just be honest. You don't even have the right context to do that. You don't know why they're doing what they're doing. You don't know like what their strengths and weaknesses are. So you're comparing yourself to somebody. They're nowhere near who you are.
Yes.
And so you're comparing yourself. So this is why I believe it's the inside out. Like everything we do starts from the inside. So I'm using the information you're giving me to build my journey. Not I'm trying to be you. What are you doing? Wake up. Greatness is in you.
And going back to kind of your story of the victim mindset.
Yeah.
You know, your mom lies to you about your dad. You don't see your dad, you know, abandoned warehouses, you know, all the problems, inner city kids, struggle, getting kicked out of school, struggling. You had everything against you, right?
Hold on, no. See, I'm glad you said that. You had everything against you. No, the greatest problem was I was against me.
Oh.
Nobody ever told me I was my greatest asset.
Yeah.
I'm my greatest asset. It doesn't matter where you come from. If you don't activate you, the environment doesn't matter anyway. Great environment, bad environment, and anything you activate, anything you do for you, it's gonna blow out. But at the end of the day, you have to be the first thing that you invest in. And if you invest in you, I just believe there's nothing that can stop you.
I'm telling you, we can't lose our hope, because once you lose your hope, you lose everything. I'm here to tell you that once you get started, you can't stop until you get there. I'm telling you, when you get in the boat, you make a commitment. It doesn't matter if the gale comes. It doesn't matter if the winds and the waves come. It doesn't matter if the storm comes. Just keep rowing.
You need to be more disciplined about your minds.
Right? What do the people need to be thinking about with their minds?
So here's the deal. You're already in pain. Get a reward for it. Why would you let them destroy your life?
Let's go.
Why would you let them own you? Why would you allow that thing they did to hurt you now define the rest of your life?
Yeah.
It's like, no, I was in pain. It's real, but get a reward for it. Don't just think about you. Listen to me, like, I didn't give up. That's what I'm saying to everybody. We all go through pain. Some of us go through pain and it becomes our tombstone. Some of us go through pain and it's a scar. And we live a life of reward. So I'm just gonna say, again, 2025, do me a favor, check you. So you're in the ballot box and you're looking at all these options, doctor, lawyer, teacher, whatever you see, president, mayor, governor, do me a favor. Before you check off any of that, S&P 500, real estate, before you check any of that, check you.
Yeah.
Before you check anything, check you and go look yourself in the mirror and go, yo, I'm my lottery ticket. You gotta figure out who you are and love you and feel good about you and not care what nobody think about you. Figure out your North Star and wake up every single day going after your North Star. It's like, you gotta figure out what makes you happy. You have to find the thing that wakes you up at 3 o'clock or 6 o'clock or 10 o'clock. Like, you gotta find the thing that brings the life out of you, the joy out of you, the happiness out of you. And you can't do that following somebody else's North Star. So my last one would be, man, figure out what you was put on this earth to do. And I mean, every single chance you have to do it. Do it, and when you're not doing it, enjoy your life. So however much time I have left, I need to work hard and I need to enjoy that time.
Absolutely. Do you think anyone can have a beautiful, amazing life if they live in a blaming mindset?
No. You know why? Because what I didn't realize as a young adult is that when you say it's somebody else, whether you mean to do it or not, you give them the keys to your life.
You give them power over you.
They got your whole life in their hand. Because you said it. They didn't do this, and because they got the keys. Now, I'll be honest, the reason why we don't want to take the keys, because we got to drive. We got to drive. And I told you, today I was like, I got too much to do. I normally drive. I'm like, I got too much to do. And it felt good to be in the car driven. While it's more responsibility, it's more freedom. It's more independence. Anybody could be successful. But as long as you play in the blame game, you have given permission, the license, registration, the keys, you give it all over to somebody else. And the day you take it is the day that you can start deciding which direction you want to go.
Wow. So it sounds like step one, take the keys back to your life.
Take the keys back.
What would steps 2 and 3 be for setting people up for their ultimate life?
Step 2, be your first best friend. You know, like, get to know you. We're so busy wanting to be in a community that we don't realize we are a community. Because all of us think we have to have somebody to be somebody. So I just think the first step after the first step is you got to figure out who you are and love you and feel good about you and show up in the room you and not care what nobody think about you. And I just think if the eagles aren't trying to, they just are, they not trying. Lions aren't, what do you think about me? What do you think about my roar? You think I'm too loud when I roar? They're not concerned. And so I think step 2, figure out who you are, love you. And step 3, figure out your North Star. I'm not just saying find your North Star in terms of what you've been called to do for others, but there should be a healthy amount of time that you spend enjoying your life. I want you to think about your life instead of the life, because that's what you've been thinking about, the life. Now think about your life. Do you want it? What does it take to do it? And then am I willing to do what it takes to get it?
Yeah.
Here's the thing. I believe if you think about it, it is only because somewhere inside of you, you have what it takes. Now, capacity is there. Willingness is something totally different. You wouldn't be watching or listening to if you didn't believe you were great. So you wouldn't be watching, you wouldn't be locked in. Something in your spirit has you tuned into this band because you know you're great. Now you got to say to yourself, am I willing to cooperate with the greatness that's in me? And then once you do, and you start consistently operating in that, you're gonna feel good about it. Here's what you have to do. You have to understand, Andre de Shields, I think, said, the top of one mountain is the bottom of the next.
Wow.
So you get to the top of the mountain, but you understand, the GED was just one, the 4th degree was just one, the master's just, after the PhD was the New York Times. After that, it's the assessments, it's the training, it's the coaching. I'm in masterminds. I get coached, right?
Yep.
And so it's this idea of yesterday's greatness can't be enough because I'm alive today. So if I'm alive today, it must be some more greatness in me. I didn't realize at 12 that I was great. And that's why I say you gotta check in 2025, right? Because I didn't know I was great. And once I checked it and realized how great I was like, bruh, we gonna keep doing this until the day we die. It's in you, and it's time to stop being lazy. And it's time to activate it.
I love that, man.
This is the time to get control of your mind. And for most of us, our mind is in control of us. This is a habit of the greats. Emotional wouldn't let me think rationally. It had me irrational. So I would say when you make emotional decisions, you get emotional consequences.
Yes.
But it takes meditation, it takes controlling of the mind to say, how should I behave? How should I think in this situation? And what's gonna give me the best outcomes? When it comes to being a leader and a decision maker, we're not doing emotions. We're doing empirical evidence.
Wow.
We're doing facts. What does the facts say? What does the research say? What does the evidence say? Okay, and based on the research and the evidence, this is the game plan. Let's go. It doesn't matter how you feel. Listen to me, coaching is everything. Why? Because think of Michael Jordan without Phil Jackson.
Right.
Think of Venus and Serena without Richard Williams. Like, yo, I just want you to picture Kobe without Phil Jackson. So coaching is critical, and here's what's gonna blow your mind. When you get to our level, you really need more coaching. Because we didn't exhausted all the stuff. You really need coaching.
After Jordan won his first championship, he didn't say, I think I've got it figured out on my own. I don't need a coach. He said, let me find Tim to train me. Let me find the mindset coach, the recovery coach, make sure we're getting to the next level.
They said that LeBron, look at LeBron, what he's doing right now.
Oh, it's amazing, man.
Bro,
40, checking dunking on 20-year-olds.
Whoever had the arguments, you know what I'm saying? Because there were those of us who was alive.
Yeah.
We watched Jordan do his thing. But bro, what LeBron is doing right now, but when I do my research and not emotional about, oh, how is he doing this? No, when I do my research, he's spending 1.5 million on his body and recovery coaching. And so you see the decision he made and you see, okay, yeah, he was great. But that investment that he made in himself, these decisions are based on facts of experts, and then we're seeing the outcomes of it.
Yeah.
And so from 16 to maybe 25, it was like, okay, I'm gonna come to coaching some days I'm not, some days I'm going in, some days I'm not. And then my son was born. I was almost 25 years old, Jalen was born. And Jalen was born in 1995. And when Jalen was born, it was the day coach said to me, this is why I've been trying to train you. Because I wanted you to be the best father you could be.
Yeah.
And so you miss some classes, you miss some lessons. Your son is here now. He needs the best version of you.
Wow.
We can't repeat the mistakes of the past. And so I need you to hurry up. And so when Jalen was born, from that day forward, I remember when he was born, I held him. And it was kind of like he looked at me like, you the person that's gonna take care of me?
Wow.
And that was the day. And this is what a lot of you are running from. It's the R word. And I get it because it's tough. Responsibility. That was the day where it's like, you got to be responsible for somebody else.
Yeah.
You cannot I've never played a video game since Jalen was born.
Wow.
I've read more books since Jalen was born. That first year or two that I ever read in my life, I took my career